What's up, tribe? Thank you for being here and welcome to my channel. Today's post is titled Beliefs, and it's a dialogue between Matias and his higher self. So I'd be referring to Matias as me and to his higher self as I am. Me, what is a belief? I am. Belief comes from believe, which originates from the Latin concept of having faith, thinking that something is possible. Thus, belief comes from krintia, with its suffix ntia, which is the quality of thinking that something is possible. Or in English, belief, which comes from the Saxon roots galayubian. And just bear with me, you guys. I tried to look up the proper pronunciation online, but it wasn't available. So galubian it is. Galubian, which means to keep what is dear. Thus, both concepts imply sustaining over time what makes us feel that something moves us, that is possible, something that we desire, estimate, want, or love. If believing is a personal act of an individual in a specific circumstance of time and space, belief is a collective act that transcends time and space. That is, it spans generations and goes beyond the individual. They are concepts that we adopt and inherit. So we all originate a belief by believing in something, which we pass on to future generations, right? I am. Look at the sky and tell me what color you see. Me, light blue, almost white. I am. And tell me, how do you feel when you see him? Me, amplitude, open. I am. Thus, in your mind, the celestial color, and especially the lighter ones, will be related to the amplitude and the openness. And when you make your children look at the sky, you will tell them, look how beautiful the sky is, how wide the sky is. And marveling at the contemplation, your children will look at you and imitate the emotion, naturally relating the sky with the celestial color and the wideness. Me. So what I see and it seems real is something that I actually believe? I am, sure. The sky is neither wide nor blue. Someone, no matter how blue they see it, will surely say that the sky is blue, when it is rare to see the blue sky if you think about it. But they have been taught to say that the sky is blue. In addition, the concept of sky does not exist, since what you see is only the sunlight refracted on the nitrogen, oxygen, and argon atoms, which accumulate by pressure. So someone might think that more than amplitude, it's almost a pressure prison. Me, I understand. It depends on what I perceive. I am. It depends on what you get in your observation, but the emotion is what you hope it will be. Your body needs the assurance that what you see is like this. You cannot explain it. You can only feel it. So it's based on faith. You can know now that the luminous sky that you see does not really exist. It is only an atomic mirage. However, you will not feel the atoms. You will only feel the relationship between your body and what is observed, the emotion. And that emotion is with which you transmit your gaze to others. You share it because you have faith in it, in what you see. because it is difficult for a human to accept that nothing that he sees or believes really exists. The mind needs points of reference, concretion, in order to exist. For this reason, we force ourselves to believe in what we see and feel no matter what. Somehow let us know that it's not real. Me. So, in a way, we are all belief constructs. No one can escape beliefs because they are the result of the perception of the world. I am. You are the result of thousands of beliefs, which not only have to do with religious or sexist family mandates, but also with the view of the world, what we like to eat, what we enjoy, hobbies, what interests us. Everything is beliefs. And beliefs are not bad. They help us to have previous souls, not to have to build ourselves from zero in the vision of the world. They give us innate capacities to perceive, think well, that a human group in prehistory had developed the ability to hunt mammoths to survive. So the only way to make the tribe survive was to transmit the belief that without mammoths, everyone would die, because that animal had everything necessary to create clothes, houses, tools, sacred utensils. It was the basis of their divinity, their food, everything. Thus, belief is a survival tool. Every family has since used the belief necessary for their transcendence. Some have seen that only men went hunting, and the belief was created that only men can work. Others saw violence in their family and how more children were born in rape, and created the belief that the only way to generate offspring or to love is with violence. Others saw that faith held everyone together and created religious belief to stay in community. Me. So it's understood that the meaning of belief is what I want, or the quality of having faith that something will happen as expected. In other words, it's important to understand that what we see today as something negative that anchors us, in the first moment in which it arose, was the way in which we saw that there were positive results, and we continue to imitate them generation after generation because it gave results. I am, until they stop giving them. And that's when the need arises to free yourself from beliefs and create a new one. The people who were told that only God would give them shelter transmitted the belief and attitude that God is the only thing capable of saving us. And without realizing it, they repeat, "Thank God, oh God, God willing," which also in Spanish they usually say from the Arabic language as Ojalá, Inshallah, God bless you, etc. Still no longer be religious, and when they seek to free themselves from this, they break the belief by creating a new one, projecting it onto aliens or teachers or angels or science or technology or art. But the projection continues because the belief is to think that something is possible. And everyone, both atheists and religious, or spiritual and neutralists, all have the hope that things can be achieved, that something can happen, change, improve. They all believe when a person has a belief that hurts, that is repeated and has identified, what they need to do is create a new belief. Me. but it's almost like repeating the same mistake. I am, if you do it from unconsciousness, it is me. And how is it done from consciousness? I am releasing others from your belief, reminding them that everyone has their own point of view and it can change. Therein lies the key. A belief is a way of observing, of moving around the world, of having tools to act. But from unconsciousness, the belief stops. It stops us in prejudice, preconception, and concern. All the that is reaching a conclusion before even starting the action. If in the universe the key to existence is constant transformation, and that transformation is energy in constant motion, and we had already said that energy is eternal, and we call eternity love, this means that a belief that is not, I think there's a typo here. So I'm fighting the urge to correct it. So it says this means that a belief that is not allows transformation. And I guess it means to say, this means that a belief that does not allow transformation, therefore, focuses on the vision of something previous and preconceived. It is a belief that consumes and densifies the energy of love, generating resentment, hatred, separation, conflict, and inherited pattern structures. For a belief to be useful, it must be flexible and honor what its own name means, loving the ability to think that things are possible. Me, I understand. In other words, it is not a matter of eliminating or freeing ourselves from beliefs, but rather honoring them for having been the ones that brought me here, and having enough confidence in myself to transform and update that belief to my times and current context, to the needs of my moment, to the perception of my environment, but at the same time being able to allow others, future ones, to create their own beliefs freely, so that they do not conflict with their own. I am. That is unconditional love. Respect beliefs, since they are all wills that things can happen. Have faith that it is possible, and I can share that faith. But freeing others to allow them to observe it with their own eyes. Me. So I can understand why children often come to break their parents' belief patterns, and the more conflict and resistance their parents put up, the more painful the break will be. But due to this conflict, the belief pattern will pass as well. And children will repeat the same as their parents. This is something very common that is seen in all family stories. When a child was pressured by his parents in childhood to be a doctor, for example, when he wanted to be an artist, and he suffered so much that he said to himself, I will not do the same as my parents did with my children. But later, he pressures his children to be artists because he could not be, when perhaps his children want to be doctors. I am. That is transfer by conflict, Beliefs are not transcended through breaks and ruptures due to conflicts between the parties, but by honoring and accepting that there were their beliefs, and that I must lovingly generate new ones, with the full awareness that mine should be free for those who come, allowing them turn. Me, in other words, recognizing that my vision is neither the most real nor the safest. It is simply one more. Not to put myself on the defensive, but in a constructive position. And how I do it? I am. Step 1. Recognize what your beliefs are. Take a sheet and a pencil. Give the title Beliefs, Chakra, Corona, Mental at the bottom. Divide the sheet into 2 columns. On one side, put the title negative, and on the other, positive. And take some meditative time to write down all the beliefs that you have and that you consider negative. And on the other side, all the beliefs that you have and consider that they are positive. Me. And then I am. There's no then until next month. Too much work is recognizing where all your beliefs are. There are many. Sometimes we don't even realize how many there are. Some can be very simple, such as I believe that the sky is blue. Even some very complicated, such as I believe that love is guarding and possessing the other. Me. Perfect then. The task for this whole month will be to analyze in detail all possible concepts. I am. These are happy tears, Matty. So Matias has told us to bring a pencil and a notebook for the next meditation for this month, because we're doing the constellation of Virgo. And Virgo is all about I analyze and I organize, which is kind of not a Sagittarius thing to do. And so no, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it, Matty. Got my pen and paper right here. All joking aside, I had my notebook way before he said that, so I don't know, I may have a Virgo somewhere in my chart that I'm not aware of. All joking aside, I always have a notebook ready, because before we do the meditation, he usually gives us a brief about the alignment and explains a couple of things about the vibrations that we're going to use and about the blog. He explains the blog in further detail before the meditations. So again, I would highly recommend you join us for the meditations. Don't let the notebook and the pencil scare you. It's going to be fun. But let's get back to the blog. Me. Perfect. I'm going to make my list and I'll meditate on them tonight. I am. Analyze each belief. Be true to yourself. This is a fundamental step to later find balance with one's own being. Me. It's the densest and most personal part, but I know we can do it. I am. Welcome to the time of the details that make you who you are. Me. I analyze my beliefs.